In a realm where magic was the very lifeblood of the land, a young man named Xio Ling had grown up in the quiet village of Ru, nestled deep within the fire-scorched plains of Val. He was known to the villagers as a bright yet impulsive youth, showing signs of remarkable talent in fire magic, even from a tender age. Xio had inherited a deep, blazing potential from his ancestors, the once revered fire wardens of the eastern mountains. The forest glows in hues of orange and gold as the sun begins to set. Fire orchids flicker like candlelight on the forest floor. The air pulses with warmth and the quiet hum of magic. Xio Ling moves through the forest with purpose. Sweat beads on his forehead as he pushes aside a branch, entering a deeper glade. Xio Ling, just a few more orchids! A faint whimper reaches his ears. He pauses. The forest has gone unnaturally still. Zhao, what was that? He follows the sound, cautious but drawn by instinct. He emerges into a small clearing where a tiny, silver-furred tiger cub lies beside an overgrown altar. Its breathing is shallow. Cuts mar its sides. Its eyes blue as lightning. Barely stay. Zhao, what in the world? Suddenly, a guttural howl shatters the silence. From the trees, four shadow beasts emerge, massive, twisted creatures with burning eyes and skeletal forms. The cub tries to rise but collapses with a pained yelp. Zhou, get away from it! Flames burst to life in Zhou's palm. The shadow beasts charge! He meets them head on. Zhou ignites the first beast in a torrent of flame, sidesteps the second, and blasts it with a fire punch. The third claws his shoulder. Blood flies. Zhou grits his teeth, responding with a sweeping inferno that incinerates it. The fourth slams him into a tree. He falls to one knee. Zhou, not done yet. He rises, fire swirling wildly. With one last cry, he leaps at the final beast, delivering a flame-wrapped uppercut that detonates on impact. Silence falls. Zhou collapses, bloodied and scorched. He pants, barely conscious. The cub crawls to him, trembling. It places its small head against his chest. A soft glow begins to spread. Electric sparks crackle along its fur. Its wounds shimmer and vanish. The light passes from the cub to Zhou, gently knitting his wounds, closing his burns. A voice echoes in his mind, innocent and pure. Raikora, you didn't run. You hurt, For me. A symbol, ancient and glowing with golden lightning, appears on Zhou's chest, then fades into his skin. The bond is made. Zhou, with renewed strength, lifts the cub into his arms. It nuzzles against him. Zhou, we're in this together now, no matter what the wind steals. Ember wood glows around them, no longer dangerous, but sacred. Peace returns. From that day, they became bound by spirit and storm. Months passed, and Zhou, now accompanied by his formidable companion, journeyed toward the northern Glacian Mountains to further hone his powers. It was there, in a village of ice and snow, that he first laid eyes on Ling Liong. She was the daughter of the Glacian clan, matriarch, and had inherited the purest form of ice magic seen in generations. During a festival celebrating the Moonfrost, Zhou witnessed her calming a feral blizzard with a mere wave of her hand. Her magic moved with elegance and precision, in sharp contrast to Zhou's fiery intensity. They met under the flickering glow of the aurora flame lanterns. Their first conversation was brief, laced with curiosity and mutual respect. Despite the natural opposition of their elements, a strange harmony existed between them. Over the following weeks, they trained together, learning each other's strengths and weaknesses, and gradually, a bond of camaraderie blossomed. Ling Long's friend, Mei Lin, often joined their sessions. She wielded ice magic as well, though her control lacked the finesse of Ling Long's abilities. Mei Lin was cheerful and supportive, often acting as the group's emotional anchor. On Zhou's side, his childhood friend Shen, who possessed fire magic too, had joined him on the journey north. Shen's power was modest compared to Zhou's, but he made up for it with his tactical mind and unwavering loyalty. Trouble, however, was brewing in the distant west. Rumors had begun to spread of a sorcerer who manipulated shadows and fear. His name was Modao, a former scholar of the arcane citadel, who had turned to forbidden dark magic in pursuit of immortality. He was once considered a genius among the magical elite, but his soul had been corrupted by the very darkness he sought to control. Xio first encountered Modao in the ruins of the sunken library, a place thought lost to time. The villain had been searching for the Obsidian Codex, an ancient tome that contained spells of the deepest abyss. Xio and Ling Liong had arrived moments too late. A confrontation ensued, where Modao effortlessly dispelled their combined attacks. He mocked their elemental purity and warned them that the age of light and balance was coming to an end. He vanished into the shadows, leaving behind a trace of dark corruption in the earth. Determined to grow stronger, Xio and his allies formed a pact. They would travel across the continent, seeking knowledge and strength from forgotten temples and ancient masters. Along the way, their powers evolved. Ling Liong learned to freeze time in isolated spaces, and Xio discovered the Phoenix Flame, a legendary form of fire magic that could revive life. Raikora, too, revealed its true form during a battle against the lightning drake, unleashing storms that shattered mountains. As their journey progressed, Modao's influence began to spread. Villages were swallowed in darkness, and magical beasts, twisted by shadow, attacked innocents. It became clear that Modao sought not only power but dominion over the natural laws themselves. In a pivotal moment, Shen and Mei Lin were captured by Modao's minions during a skirmish near the Black Marsh. The villain used them as bait to lure Xio and Ling Liong into a trap. A brutal battle erupted in the heart of the marsh, where the very air was thick with despair. Despite being wounded, Xio refused to retreat. He unleashed a nova flame amplified by Raikora's thunder magic, creating a hybrid attack that pierced the heart of the corruption. Though Modao escaped once again, Shen and Mei Lin were rescued. Following this ordeal, the group sought refuge in the sanctuary of the five elements. There, the elders revealed a prophecy. A balance between fire, ice, lightning, and darkness would determine the fate of the world. Only unity between opposites could counter the rise of the void. It was not enough to destroy Modao. They had to restore the balance he had disrupted. The story reached a turning point when Xio Ling Liong, Shen Mei Lin, and Raikora infiltrated the Eclipse Citadel, Modao's fortress veiled in perpetual twilight. The final battle was fierce. Ling Liong froze the very air to halt the advance of shadow beasts. Shen and Mei Lin created a fire-render's vortex to protect the others, and Xio confronted Modao alone in the throne chamber. Words were exchanged, not of rage, but of sorrow. Modao had once dreamed of saving the world through magic, but despair had twisted his vision. Xio offered redemption, but Modao, consumed by darkness, refused. Their battle tore through reality itself. In the climax, Xio combined the Phoenix Flame with Raikora's divine lightning, creating a celestial blaze that shattered Modao's dark core. As the citadel collapsed, Raikora enveloped the group in a storm shield, carrying them to safety. The world slowly began to heal. Light returned to the corrupted lands, and peace began to return. The news of his child's death reached the Shadow King. A dark wind tears through a vast, silent hall. The Shadow King's clenched fist trembles. His eyes glow, not with sorrow, but pure rage. Shadows creep like veins across the throne, the air vibrating. Their world ends with mine, he rises. Shadows burst like wings behind him, and he vanishes in the dark. Shadow King, coming soon!